Coming up next, something special. A living example of not only hope, but real faith. As Archbishop Burnett said so eloquently in this show, the real message of Easter is one of hope and of resurrected life. It is the foundation of our faith. You are about to see an extraordinary example of both hope and faith.
Are you happy? Okay. We have everything to be thankful for. Wendy is still teaching me about the beauty of love, the beauty of God, and the beauty of life.
It's our turn to do for her what she's done for everybody else.
On a spiritual level, that when we die, we're only asked two questions. Who did you love, and how well did you do it?
She loves the babies around.
If the meaning of one's life is measured in the ways we give and receive love, then Wendy Leclézio's life is bountiful and blessed. When we meet Wendy, she is surrounded by the two most important things in her life: her family and her faith.
You pray all day.
As she lives her dying, Wendy allows us into her home because she has a message she wants to share. It is a message of hope and gratitude as she prepares for her final journey. No one knew that this would be the last day of Wendy's life. A life until only months ago was typical for an active 59-year-old wife, mother, and grandmother.
35 years of absolute bliss. Never been sick, either of us, in 35 years, which is amazing.
Louis and Wendy's life together began when they met in South Africa. 1 year later, they married. With each passing year, their family continued to grow. Eventually, they moved with their 5 children to the United States. Their son, Louis, remembers the drive from Buffalo to Bellevue.
She encouraged the rosary among the children in the car. She was patient. And that has been, I think it's a good representation as to how she has been.
Wendy has taught me over the last many years that part of His will is to show love towards neighbor. She used to visit a lot of nursing homes. And she used to take communion and go and say the rosary sometimes 2 or 3 times a week to various nursing homes.
But life started to change several months ago during a trip to Europe. Wendy became weak and unable to walk.
She's always been very, very strong, so I said, Mama, you must not get in a wheelchair. She wanted a wheelchair. I said, don't get in a wheelchair, it's going to make your legs even weaker. On the contrary, let's keep walking through Geneva and keep those legs working and strong.
But Wendy didn't get stronger. After weeks of tests, the family receives a devastating diagnosis.
December 5th, she was booked into Harborview. By December 9th, they diagnosed that it was ALS.
ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, is fatal. It ravages the body, and in Wendy's case, it's extremely aggressive, leaving her bedridden and unable to communicate, except through her husband. When nothing more could be done, Louis brought Wendy home from the hospital, but it was a 24-hour-a-day job.
Nothing worked. No medication worked.
Overwhelmed and desperate for help, Louis turned to prayer.
Sunday I was at Mass at Blessed Sacrament and I was saying, Lord, you are our only support right now, and you are all I know. You are all Wendy and I have known throughout our married life. How can you help us through this?
Do you have any pain right now? Okay. How about breathing?
Louis' prayer for help was answered by hospice.
The care that's provided isn't just physical, but it's spiritual and emotional support. It also cares for the whole family.
Lynn Militich manages community relations for Providence Hospice.
Helping decrease the level of overwhelm so that they can really get back to the issues of what it means to be walking this journey at the end of life, what it means to provide, to be there to provide love and support and not have to worry about the other things.
We did not even know what to ask for, and they knew what to provide. And they organized the bed, they organized the mattress with the alternating pressure, they organized the different medication. Our quality of life did a complete turnaround.
My dad is doing an awful lot, but that awful lot is being supported by backstage that is just amazing. And they do it with so much discretion and so much respect.
He is my absolute most best friend in the whole world because he's incredible. I mean, I don't know anybody that could do the things that he's done.
She tells me a lot sometimes, even just in her silence. What she tells me the most is when she asks me to pray. She often asks me to pray. It can be at 3 o'clock in the morning. And what I love is when she says, I want you to read some prayers to me. And sometimes if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I jokingly will say, Mama, all of them? And she says, all of them.
All of Wendy's grown children help with her care. Linda speaks for all of them about giving back to their mother.
I said, Mom, I don't understand why this is happening to you. And I said, the only bit that I can understand is that maybe for all of our lives, you've done everything for us. You've done our laundry, you've done ironing. She used to iron everything right down to our t-shirts, cooked for us every night. I said, maybe now this is God's way of saying, you know what, Wendy, you've done enough. You need to lay down, do nothing, let everybody else work for you.
Mama, what do you want to say? I offer my suffering for others. I offer my suffering for others.
On this last day of her life, Wendy's family and hospice help her die with grace and dignity. Her final hours reflect a life well lived, with a loving family, a deep and abiding faith, and a message of hope.
What faith has given her is peace. There's a lot of peace. There's no panic. There was St. Teresa, when my mom loves a lot, St. Teresa, the little flower. She said on the day that she was dying, or on her deathbed, she said, I'm not dying, I'm entering into a new life. And I really feel that that's what my mom, through her faith, is able to say too.